Right, that's Harley. So Harley's she's super scared of everything, right? So this one is gonna be, it's the energy with which you do things. Oh, hold on. All right, ready, girl? She doesn't usually poop that soon. Well, if we go that way, she does sometimes. The energy with which you do things is what matters. It's not always the man, right? And even the food sometimes isn't doing what you think it does. So she has started growling, or I shouldn't say growling, it's kind of grumbling, right? It's a grumble. And I don't know if it's hard to get information out of the wife. I have to ask 17,000 questions to figure shit out. So Harley's been here. Have you been here 4 weeks? Probably more than, I can check the calendar. Anyway, she's been here a long time. Ever since she's been here, my wife gives her cookies, right? But here's the thing, she doesn't give her cookies. She's like, what she has to do from a distance is toss it to them. But what she does, and I can't get her to stop doing it, is she'll toss it and then she'll kind of back up real quick. It's like, if you're gonna do that, you gotta toss it and just stand there for a second and then go away, right? So if you toss the cookie and then you back up like you're scared of the dog, a scared dog is gonna see that. And over time, the scared dog is gonna start seeing that you're scared, and that scared dog is not gonna be confident in your presence, right? So it's just been a few days that she supposedly is growling, right? I think it's her she does a little grumble thing when she's like, oh, what the hell's going on? And it's always when I'm not there. If I'm there, my wife can walk through fine. So, and this is something that's just come out, right? Because I've been making her stay in the living room for probably 3 weeks. And it's not like my wife hasn't walked through, right? So something has happened that my wife is doing that has made her unsure of her coming through from the back. My wife stays in the back and then she'll come through. She'll come through and hang out every once in a while. She's not a fan of 17,000 dogs in a one-bedroom condo. Yeah. But hell, she won't help. I can't go to work. Anyways, that's tangent number one. So I don't know what it is. It's always when I'm not there, right? So she feels, even though she still does, that's the other part I wanted to talk about, is conditioned responses, right? She's been so scared of stuff for so long that now when we go through the hallway, like what she would always do is go to these couple spots and kind of go into a real submissive, like, hey, don't kill me position. And so now she started, when I allow her to have that much space in the hallway going outside, she goes and she sits down, right? If I accidentally drop the leash, because what I started doing is giving her less leash. So now it's like just down the stairs instead of down to the landing, stop and lay down. Now at first I allowed that because I wanted her to I wanted her to be a little scared and get through it and see that no big deal, right? So what I always do is I kind of bend down as much and I don't go straight in, at least 90% of the time. Now sometimes that has happened, but most of the time I try to make myself smaller, and you know what I mean? And the energy with which I do it is just no big deal. I just reach down, grab the leash and keep going. So anyways, I've stopped allowing her to do those. So now, even when I do let go of the leash, she mostly doesn't go into it down. She might go there and sit and wait for me, right? So her fear response in those situations that used to be super scary to her are now nothing because she's been through it, right? So sometimes what we do is we allow them to stay in those scary moments for too long, and that becomes their response. I'm going to stay in this I'm scared of the world response. And so sometimes we have to push them through it. And the energy with which you push them through it or make them not be scared, is that the way I want to say it? I don't know, whatever. When we don't allow them to go into their fear, it helps them come through and say, okay, well, that's no big deal. I overcame it, right? That's all part of confidence, is overcoming stuff. And then there's stuff that we have that, you know, maybe we never overcome. But all these little stresses of like going through the hallway to get out. There's three spots where she would initially stop and just kind of cower down, right? And I let her do that for a couple days, just so she could be at that, she's at this scared level. And then when it started coming down, I started not allowing her to go into those spaces. Not allowing, right? So let's see. Do we want to go straight onto the thing? So anyways, if they're scared of something, it's the energy with which you do it. Oh, so I started with the cookies. So something has happened that when my wife started the cookies, she's in this scared thing. And so now she has gone into her fear thing because my wife is in a fear energy. I'm like, you just got to stop it. We've had $100,000 here. Why are you scared of one that doesn't make a peep? Now she makes a peep because my wife can't get over that. Oh, that's so weird. Anyways, they react to our energy. That's what I wanted to get into more than the other stuff. They react with our energy, right? If you're just, hey, nothing's a big deal. Like I had to, and movements, right? So when she first got here, all my movements were real. I did slower, normal, just slower, which is hard for me. It's hard for me to slow down. But I did, right? So that way she could see. And then I gradually let all my movements be more normal, right? So like right now, I'm fixing to take the backpack off. She's probably gonna freak out a little bit. What I used to do is I used to do it really slow, right? And now I just do it normal. Look, and she didn't do nothing. So